Type number two, as per the book, food or drink that are harmful. These are haram. So you cannot consume poison. You cannot consume wine or any type of intoxicants or narcotic drugs, because Allah says in the Quran, do not with your own hands throw yourselves in ruin. وَلَا تُلْقُوا بِأَيْدِيكُمْ إِلَى التَّهْلُكَةِ. And Allah also says, do not kill yourselves. وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. So killing yourself, harming yourself is prohibited in Islam. There isn't any such thing as I'm free, I can do whatever I want. No, you're not. You can't. If you want to commit suicide, it's your body, but you are not entitled or permitted to do so. In this life, we'll throw you in jail. In the hereafter, you'll go to hell. So there isn't anything as such, I'm free. In other countries, their ceiling of freedom is pretty high. But your freedom ends when it intrudes and trespasses on my own freedom. So you want to take off your clothes? Be my guest. Do that in the vicinity of your own home. If you do it in public, you are intruding and transgressing and trespassing over my own freedom, because I'm free not to see such heinous sceneries. So you cannot harm yourself by consuming such haram substances. Number three, it's forbidden to eat any part cut from a living animal. So yes, we have halal animals such as sheep, cows, and camels. If someone does not slaughter these animals, rather he amputates a part of it, saying Bismillah, does it become halal, that organ that he has amputated? The answer is no. And this is done to some animals, like sheep, for example, when they have big tails with lots of fat in it. So they cut it off. This is haram. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, whatever is cut off when the animal is alive is maytah, dead meat, is forbidden. So this is torturing the animal without any justifiable reason, and at the same time it is haram for us to consume that part. Number four, among the things that are prohibited for us as Muslims are predators such as lions, tigers, leopards, wolves. Abu Talha al-Ansari, may Allah be pleased with him, said that the Prophet ﷺ prohibited eating the flesh of any beast with canine teeth. So any animal that has a teeth which attacks other animals with is prohibited for us to consume, even if we slaughter or hunt, with the exception of one particular animal, and we will talk about that later on, inshallah. So foxes, wolves, lions, leopards, tigers, all of these are prohibited for us. Dogs, cats are prohibited for us to consume their meat, and it's dead meat and it's najis, it's impure. Similarly, number five, birds which catch their prey with their claws, mikhlab. So predator birds such as eagles, falcons, kites, owls. All of these are prohibited for us to hunt and to eat. Well, actually, hunting is okay, but it's not for eating. So you may hunt it to use it while alive in catching other prey, like in the case of eagles, maybe falcons. They're trained to be hunters, like hounds that go and fish. So in such cases, yeah, this can be accepted, but eating them is definitely out of the question. Number 6, scavenger birds such as vultures, ravens, and crows, because they feed on what is unwholesome. And also they have claws of their own as well. Some of these were instructed, we are instructed by the Sharia laws to kill, such as the crows. And crows, some scholars said that this is only for a specific type of crows, and others said no, it's every type of crows. So some said the crows that are totally black with white lines around their neck, maybe, or feet, something, these are to be killed. And it seems that they should all be killed because the crows that are scavengers and eat dead meat, we see them in the streets where I come from, and sometimes they may attack people when they see something glittering or just for the sake of fun. And also the crows that feed only on vegetation, which we usually find in farms, and that's why we have scarecrows, where they erect something that would make the crows afraid of coming in. And these also destroy crops and destroy the hard work of farmers. So it seems that both should be killed, and Allah knows best. Either way, they cannot be consumed. We cannot consume their meat. Number 7, any animal we are recommended to kill, such as snakes, scorpions, mice, and kite. The Prophet ﷺ, 5 harmful animals may be killed even in the Haram. And he mentioned the crow, the kite, the scorpion, the mouse, and the predatory dog. So these animals, we are instructed in Sharia to kill them. Hence, we cannot eat them. So the rule is, anything that we're ordered to kill, generally speaking, we cannot eat. And anything we are prohibited from killing, we are also not allowed to eat, such as the frogs. And we will come to mention this in a while, inshallah azza wa jal. Number 8, domestic donkeys. So donkeys in the beginning of time of Islam, they were like goats and cows. We can slaughter them and we can eat them. This ruling was abrogated on the 7th year of Hijrah, known as Amu Khaybar. And the Prophet there prohibited the consumption of domestic donkeys. Number 9, what is disgusting to eat, such as mice. Well, mice we're ordered to kill. Snakes we are ordered to kill. Wasps and bees we are prohibited to kill. Allah Azza wa Jal says He forbids them all that is foul. So this is an issue of taste. Some cultures might be okay, in some cultures it might be haram. So what counts is whether it's harmful or not. Some people consider For example, eating the desert lizard, disgusting. Our Prophet did not eat it, alayhi. Did this render it to be haram? The answer is no. So scholars mention that this type of prohibition is for things that are despicable, such as ants, such as roaches, and we know that people in so claimed a region here or there, because of eating bats or eating roaches, mice, and other horrible reptiles such as snakes. This is why we've got the coronavirus, and this is unproven yet. But nevertheless, Islam is a religion of purity, and such animals, such insects are not suitable for human consumption. Number 10, any animal that feeds mostly on impurities, and this is known as al-jallalah. So whether it is a camel, an ox, a sheep, chicken, or any other. And Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, used to confine such animals for 3 days before slaughtering. So if an animal only eats impurities, feces, this is all what it eats. This, some scholars say, consider it to be haram to consume. So we cannot slaughter it, and if we slaughter it, it's dead meat. Why? Because they say its consumption is entirely over impurities. Other scholars say no, we have to look whether the impurities affected and impacted that animal. So the milk becomes impure, the meat becomes stinking and disgusting that you cannot eat, then it becomes haram. But the vast majority of chicken would eat feces. This is not their entire diet, but it is included in their diet. So it seems that only if the entire diet of such an animal was from impure, filthy things, and that it is affected and impacted the color, the milk, the meat of such an animal, which would render it to be haram, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Okay, what about when there is no ruling given? So we see a raccoon, for example. I don't know what raccoons eat. We see chipmunks. What is the ruling on such animals? Well, if this animal does not fall under the guidelines, the general guidelines of the 10 types we've mentioned, which are haram to consume, such as being canine, such as being among the things we were ordered to kill or not to kill, etc. If it does not fall under these general guidelines, the Quran says it is He who created for you all that is on earth. It falls under the general guidance of it becoming halal. So the default is it's halal. Abu Darda, may Allah be pleased with him, said that the Prophet ﷺ said, whenever Allah has permitted in His book, whatever Allah has permitted in His book is lawful, and whatever He has prohibited is forbidden. What He has not mentioned is left to you. So accept from Allah what He has given you, for Allah would not forget anything. He then recited the verse that says, never does your Lord forget anything. وَمَا كَانَ رَبُّكَ نَسِيًّا. And this is why it is an issue of dispute whether crocodiles and alligators are haram or not? Some scholars say it is haram because it has teeth. I don't know if they can call it canine or not, that attacks prey with and eats them. Others say no, it is part of seafood and sea creatures, and hence Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen says it's halal to consume, because he sees that it is not clearly mentioned to be haram, so it is part of what Allah has not mentioned and has forgiven us. So Allah did not forget it, we would accept what Allah has given us. So this is one of the ways of looking at issues of dispute, and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best.